going to bring you on. Hello, Miss Ebony.
Hey, sorry, I am at my twins' dance practice, so I'm in the car.
That's definitely fine. Yeah. So, are you familiar with the check-in?
No.
Okay. So you just joined in. So what a check-in is, I've been doing Mindfulness Monday for the past several years, but this aspect of it is just allowing me to check in with different people of the community.
Okay.
So I have a few questions that I'll ask you, and you can keep it all the way truthful and transparent. If it's something you don't want to answer, okay, hopefully you're still on here. Let me know if you want me to re-add you before I call you back. But again, during the check-ins, it could be something that you may not want to answer. You can tell me I ain't comfortable with that next question. Other than that, just keep it all the way real. Tell me how you feeling, and we're gonna talk it out. Okay, I'm joining you back. Yes, ma'am. You there?
All right. Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, you fine. So we're gonna start off with just how you feeling right now?
Tired.
Ooh. How you know?
My body is aching, and my eyes are very weary.
Okay. What led to your tiredness? Like, let's reverse your day. Tell me about your day.
I did not get good sleep.
Okay.
I woke up around 4, so I couldn't go back to sleep. So I just did my morning devotion. I stayed up. I got my kids ready for school. I went to work. And I thought I was going to have a busy day today, but I didn't. I only had 2 clients. So I don't like idle time. So I think that had a lot to do with me being tired because I don't like idle time.
Yeah.
And
So
I left work, picked up the twins, and then brought them to dance practice.
Okay, now you're just feeling just completely tired.
Yes. Because as soon as they get in the car, they're hungry. They got to go home and eat, get in the shower, go to bed.
Okay. Oh, and thank you for keeping it real with me. Okay.
Oh,
because we're gonna.
I gotta go pick up my son because my son went to my father-in-law's house and he was like, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" So I got to pick him up, then go home
And deal with all 3.
Yes.
Okay. So before they even get back in the car, how much time do you have before they are done?
So they come to practice at 5:30. So yes, so they've been at practice since 5:30, but I just stayed here at practice just to like wind down and do nothing. And I just got back on my phone, and then I saw your live. I was like, "Oh, let me see what she's talking about."
Look at here. I don't believe in accidents, right? Because yeah. So what I was going to ask you is, during this time that you're waiting on them to come back, like, what is it that you feel like you've done to give yourself a little bit more space to care for them the rest of the night?
Not do nothing. Not do absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Does that fill you back up, or does it refill you just enough to do what you have to do?
Yes, it refills me just enough to do what I need to do, so then I can actually rest tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of parents, and I'm just gonna throw this out there too, when it comes to doing nothing, like you said, idle time, a lot of guilt comes with that at times. So what helped you to get to the space today where you said, you know what, I ain't doing nothing, and I'm gonna take this time? How did you get there?
Okay, this is gonna sound really harsh, but I promise you I'm not. Okay.
I want to hear it.
I'm just being very honest and candid. Okay.
I want it.
But I get to the place where I'm like, you know what? Fuck them kids. I need some time to myself. And I'm going to sit here. I'm not finna look nothing up for no kids. I'm not finna do no online shopping for them. I'm just finna do nothing.
Yes. And I love that. And I knew that's where you were going. And I was hoping that you kept it like you were thinking it, because I think a lot of people need to hear that. Because once you took that time now, they're going to still get fed, right?
Yep.
They're going to still get bathed.
Yep.
They still get all the things that they needed.
Yep.
And imagine if you didn't take this time right now, what they would get. They're going to still get, taken care of, but what type of energy from you would they get if you didn't have this space?
Right.
And have you noticed, has it been a time before where you didn't say, fuck them kids, and you decided to prioritize them throughout the whole thing, and you were left feeling drained?
Yes, I wasn't just left feeling drained. I was left feeling agitated when I like fully just gave everything, even when they were not around me, still just giving me to them. I felt very agitated.
Yeah. And what does your agitation look like? How does that look in real form?
Being not having being very short tempered. They can ask me something, I'm like, I don't even know. Or not even just not wanting to answer a question. Or the twins are like Sour Patch, so they're nice to each other and then they're mean to each other. So not being able to just deal with the cattiness with them, just not being able to have patience when it comes to certain things because they're kids. So yes, my agitation looks like not having patience.
Yeah. And then how does that agitation with not having patience with them affect you at the end of the night?
Guilt. I feel guilty for not allowing myself to kind of rest and rejuvenate and being able to have patience with them. And I know for me as a parent, I'm not proudful to be like, do as I say, not not as I do. So I will, like while they're in the bed, like when I'm putting them to bed, I will apologize to them for my own actions because that helps them be able to recognize when they do things wrong and be able to acknowledge it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. How old are your kids?
The twins are 9 and my son is 12.
Okay, you got some. Okay, ooh.
Yeah.
Send you a little extra. Send you some extra love, extra love. What does your support system look like?
I think I got a pretty good support system. Like I said, my son is at my father-in-law's house right now. And when I am at work, they go home with their dad, so he's there, he's able to help them with their homework. So that's like a plus for me because when I get there, I don't have to like help with homework. Only time I help with homework is if it's on the back end, like if I'm coming in and like they're asking me a question about their homework. But with their dad being able to help them, like that's something that's like a burden taken off of me.
So your husband, your father-in-law, so you have family members that are supportive when it comes to helping with your kids. But what does your support system look like? Just you as an individual, separate from being a mom. Do you have a space that you can just call or tell, you know what, this is how I'm feeling today, y'all. I ain't feeling it.
Yes, I do. And you know, like just being in like the social work world, the therapy world. So I'm also like a certified life coach. So like I have a space to where like, okay, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or burdened about anything, like I do have like support, like similar mind support system. I know like this weekend I'm going to meet up with again some more ladies that are like in the therapy, social work, life coaching like community, and we're all just going to like play card games, drink wine, and just like release because you know it's about to be the end of the year, so we're just going to get together and just enjoy each other and not talk about stressors, but just be able to release and just have fun.
I like that. I like that. So in those spaces, y'all don't talk about the worries and the stressors.
So in the beginning, we will write them down. And if we do feel like, hey, this is something that we really need to talk about, we have that space like for like the first hour. But after that, we release it and we let it go because we don't want the whole time that we're together to be about the stresses of work or life, because you're going to always have stress. Life is going to continue to life. So being able to add positivity with those stressors, and then just be able to have fun, because a lot of times we get together and all we want to talk about is the stressors, and we forget to just have fun.
Yeah. So intentional fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I really like that, and that just reminded me of how I'd like to be in a space where I have that type of support from people who also understand, like you said, the life coaching and the social work aspect. It's a whole different mental ball game.
Yes.
So, yeah, I like that. I like that whole idea. So when it comes to like you mentioned your partner, your husband helps with, the kids' homework. So that's a release. So how do you pour into your relationship or find ways to intentionally pour into that while pouring into yourself and pouring into the kids' buckets?
I think in that aspect it's a struggle, because our kids are very active.
Yeah.
So I think there's something that's like being worked on, being able to find balance, because we do pour a lot into our kids, and I would say, I guess that's just a sacrifice, because we spend a lot more time with our kids, making sure that, when it comes to their academics, that is number one. When it comes to their extracurricular activities, making sure that we are able to put them in a space where they can do those activities.
Yeah.
And it do take up a lot of our time. So I think that's something that is that one is a challenge, and two is something that we're working on. But just overall, that's just a sacrifice. Like when it comes to our time,
Yeah.
we do give a lot of our times to our kids' extracurricular activities.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna talk to you off camera. I'm gonna send you a message after we get done.
Okay.
Just about that particular area. But I was thinking about it because life can be a balance, and as you have many different roles, I'm just curious to know, like, what area of your life do you feel like needs the most attention right now? I know you mentioned it's something that y'all are working on, but when it comes to career, your relationship, yourself, and your home, just the full home structure, which area would you say needs the most attention?
I would say self.
Okay.
My self-care, when it comes to just mental, emotional, physical, I would say self, because if I'm not fully if I'm not full, I can't pour into my kids, a relationship, a business, my career. So I would say for me it is self.
Yeah. Yeah. And what are you currently doing to cultivate self in this season?
um
What do you do for
I
yourself?
would I'm not even gonna lie, right now, nothing. I would say, well, I can't say that, because when I have the time to just do nothing, like now, I will say, okay, Ebony, like, you need to take at least 15 minutes to just do nothing. Because even at work, like, we get I get to take breaks if I want them.
Right.
Typically I would not take them, but lately I will take my breaks, like, and I intentionally take my breaks.
Mm-hmm.
They knock on the door, I act like I'm not even in there, like. So yes, I would say that is something that I'm doing for myself, is being more intentional when it comes to, like, just taking a break to just really do nothing, or to, like, listen to. I love, like, this is my favorite time of the year. So just, like, listen to, like, Christmas music.
Yeah.
Like, I would just intentionally, like, listen to Christmas music, just because I literally don't have time. But I know now, like, right now in this space, I didn't want to listen to nothing. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I literally just wanted just silence.
I understand, girl. I feel you 100%. And
Yep.
I do want to commend you though, because you mentioned at first, you want to pour into self more, and you're not really doing anything, but just having the conversation, you realize taking this time to do nothing is me doing my thing.
Yep.
Locking my door on my breaks and not answering to nobody is pouring back in. Because a lot of times we feel like we have to, do something grand or take a vacation in order for it to be self care. So when it comes to you checking in right now? This question just came to me because you said you did want to use this time to do nothing, not listen, not talk. What made you decide to get checked in on?
I guess because I would say this.
Okay.
Um,
Keep it real with me, Ebony.
yes, too much idle time means you can go down the rabbit hole. So I didn't want to be and sit with my thoughts, and then I have that like what if thoughts, or those distorted thinking type of thoughts,
Yeah.
because it's easy for those things to happen. So I was like, you know what, let me go and just because I literally like set my phone down and everything, like I let
Yeah.
my seat back. I was like, I'm gonna take this time for myself. And I was like, okay. And I just had like some unwanted thoughts that they just came trickling in. I was like, okay, I think I've had
Yeah.
too enough
Enough time.
silence.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just get on Facebook and see what everybody's doing. And literally your live came up. I was like, oh, let me get on here.
Came right to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
And I understand that though, because and you're not alone. And a lot of people again have this notion of, especially you're a social worker, you don't have these things. No. I understand what thought distorted thinking is. Like
Mm-hmm.
I understand what these thoughts can do in the rabbit hole and how far it can take you. Like I understand those things. So I'm glad that you mentioned that as well, because you're not alone. But you got ahead of it.
Yep.
And that's also a tool that you can do whenever you have
Mm-hmm.
thinkings or these thought processes. You got to interrupt that program at some point,
Yep.
or it's going to take you down. Okay. So when it comes to getting home, you said you got to feed the kids, you got to bathe them, all the things with them. Your husband's at home, Ebony's at home, getting ready to get back into the whole routine tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to set yourself up for a better tomorrow? Like, what can you do to get ahead of? Speaking of getting ahead of, what can you do to get ahead of your day tomorrow to set you up for better? You know what? I got these moments. I'm doing this for me throughout my day.
Um, I would say one thing that I do want to be more intentional about is like getting my clothes and the kid and like the twins' clothes the night before.
Yeah.
They are 9, so they're at an age where they can start like just like picking out their own things,
Yeah.
but they can go a little overboard, so I kind of have to reel them in. And they still like to dress alike, but they're different. So
Yeah.
that would be a whole task, because they would want to dress alike, and then one would try to persuade the other one to wear what she wants. It would be a whole thing. So I still get their clothes.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm trying to be a little more intentional with like getting our clothes at nighttime. That way in the morning time, that's something that they can just put on. I don't have to like try to find something or try to find the pair of another
Or
thing.
argue with them about what they don't want to wear.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, and so I know if I did that, that would cut down on a lot of time of in the morning
Yeah.
time, so that I'm not rushing, because I do feel like in the morning time when I do rush, it do spikes my anxiety. So when I get to work, I'm trying to like, just calm down, which I do when I first get to work. Like I go in my office, I make my coffee, I
Yeah.
kind of, get myself ready for the day, because again, as like social workers, as therapists, you are constantly, somebody's pouring into you, whether it's positive or negative, you're getting what they're giving you.
Absolutely.
um so
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to be intentional about taking my breaks at work.
Yeah.
And I would say if I do have clients that don't show up, being able to just think about things that I can do to fill that time in,
Yeah.
instead of just having idle time.
Right. 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 Do you journal? Do you do any crossword puzzles? Do you color? Anything like that?
Um, I used to journal. I need to get back into journaling. That is something that I put on my goals for 2025, is to do more journaling. I could start doing that now. I could make an excuse,
Yeah.
but I mean, it would be just that. It would be an excuse.
And I'm just
So,
asking too because instead of like, I know you mentioned, finding something to do once you realize you have this idle time. It's like kind of, again, getting ahead of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna do this thing at this time when I realize I don't have another client. Like, this is the thing that I'm gonna be intentional about. It's kind of like, again, setting yourself up before the thought or before the thing. So that's why I was asking that question. So when tomorrow comes, again, we ain't sitting there trying to figure out, what am I gonna do with all this time that I don't want to have all this time doing? And now the time goes.
I do have like books that I want to like complete, like that I want to read and complete.
Yeah.
So I can be more intentional with like putting one of those books in my work bag. That way when I do have that idle time, I can like read that book.
Yeah.
Instead of not, it's like, oh, I don't know what, like, they didn't come, so I don't know what I'm about to do, and trying to figure out what it is that I'm going to do. So I can be more intentional with putting the book in my bag. That way I can read the book.
Yep. And that is the start. So it may not be writing the page of the journaling or reading the book, but just you planted the seed of the thought and what you want to do. Just take the step of putting it in the bag, and you may get to it, and you may look at it and be like, you know what, I ain't feeling this either. But you started, you know, like you planted those seeds. Okay. So I'm not gonna keep you too long, but I am enjoying our conversation.
Right.
So when it comes to, again, your support system and your relationship and the things that you want to do and being intentional, when you get home tonight, is it possible to let the girls pick out their clothes? And I'm not sure what your system is, so it's possible to let them and find their clothes when you get home, and you tend to something else while they're finding them, and all you have to do is come back behind them and just mix and match what you need to do?
I would say that would be a task for when they are on winter break.
Okay. They're on break now?
That would be a whole night full of adventure. Okay.
Okay, so it ain't as simple as it sounds.
No. Not at all.
Okay. All right. Just trying to see how we can take something off of your plate tonight.
I don't know. I guess I'm the type of person I guess I like to be busy. You know how some people say, oh, this is busy work? I don't mind busy work. I guess because for me, it just makes me feel fulfilled because I'm doing something. I don't like to just sit. And that's something, again, like with me, like today, being able to just sit in the car and just not be on my phone, not talk to nobody, but just not listen to music, but just sit in silence and just take some time for me. So that is something that I am trying to be better at, is to just sit and not do nothing. And I do think that's why idle time bothers me a lot, because I don't like to just not do nothing.
I understand. I can relate to that a lot. I can. It's just, again, allowing yourself that space is enough, and it's all right, and it is a start. So even with, you know, the suggestion that I just made, it's another thing. People can't nobody tell you what works best and what works the most efficient in your household.
Right.
You know that. Only you can tell when you should plug things in, when you can take the space that you need. But the intentions that you have on wanting to create the space, I'm glad you have that. What type of advice can you offer to a person who doesn't have that knowing of, I'm a practice not doing nothing, I want to be more intentional with this thing, but just literally, I don't know what to do, I don't know how I'm feeling? What can you tell me?
I would say, for me, when I don't know where a feeling is coming from, I know just for me and my coaching, and just for myself, I would be like, okay, so let's check in with every area. Like, how are you feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? And if I can't tell myself how I'm feeling in one of those areas, then I know that's an area that I need to work on, because that's where that feeling is coming from. It's coming from one of those areas that I can't put a specific emotion on it. So I would just say, just being able to say, okay, I am overwhelmed. Why are you overwhelmed? What does that look like? How does that feel? And okay, how does that feel mentally? How does that feel spiritually? And if you can't answer those questions, and if it's you can't answer them from out for all of them, then okay, if you had to rank them 1 to 5, which one would be your number one? Oh, well, it would be mental. Okay, so then just work on your mental, and then all the rest of them will follow. Because there's a lot of times we have all of these emotions and we don't know where they're coming from, but it's coming from a specific place.
Yeah.
And I can and again, being in a space where, because it's easy for us to help guide, but when it comes to
Yeah.
us actually doing it, it's like, oh, I know I'll do that later, or oh,
Yeah.
I know I'll work on myself later. But I do want to be, and that's why I said, when you ask what do I need to work on, and I said self,
Yeah.
because I do need to be more intentional with doing the practices that I give, because I do feel overwhelmed. I do feel, agitated, or I do feel tired. And I'm like, okay, where is this feeling actually coming from? So I do want to be more intentional with checking in with myself.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so glad that you said that.
Yep. Yep.
That's deep, and it's real
Yep.
important. It's real important. It's like you said, you can help everybody else. How do you practice that?
Yep.
What does your practice look like? Yeah. So I'm glad that you said that. I really am. So one more question, and then we're gonna wrap it on up.
Okay.
Thinking about 2 people in your life, it may be somebody in your household, it may be somebody that you notice online, but just the first 2 names to come to mind. I'd like to extend a check-in to, 2 people that you would recommend.
Okay.
You can give me their names here, or you can inbox me, whatever is more comfortable for you.
Okay.
And
I will inbox you.
Okay. And I will reach out. Now, they do have to be open for me to check in. If they
Okay.
say yes, I'm open, then I'll do that. If they say no, I'm good, then, that's another story.
Okay.
But I do want to check in. So I know you mentioned when we first got on here, you were feeling tired.
Mm-hmm.
If you gauge your emotions or your feelings level now, are you still feeling tired, or how do you feel after I've checked in with you?
I think right now, with me, like actually like talking about it, I feel a little more like released, like relaxed. Like I would say I feel more rejuvenated to like be able to do the next steps, like, with, getting them, home and fed, and making sure that they all take their showers and they're in the bed, and having, our like night talks before they go to bed. So I feel more rejuvenated to do those things, because I do try to have those night talks with them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do be tired. I'm like, we can just do it in the morning. And then with the mornings being busy, we don't get to do them. So I feel more rejuvenated to be able to actually have those night talks and be present.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you. I am. And I'm proud of you for taking this time to check in with yourself, because me allowing me to check in with you was you really checking in with yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Of course. And you taking this time to sit in the car and do nothing.
Yes.
So even when you said, like you said, you sat too long and then the thoughts started coming in, just rewire that. Rewire it. Start looking around at the nature that's around you. But like still staying in that zone of not wanting to do anything. But I don't believe that you were led here for this purpose.
Right.
But you on the right path of doing and knowing what you need to do when it comes to yourself. So I'm real proud of you.
Thank you.
And I hope that you have a great night. I hope
Thank
that you don't allow anything to steal your joy. Don't allow the tasks to take you away from how you're feeling. Like, stay empowered and know that you are in control, and you can close it down at any time that you choose to.
That's right.
You understand? You the boss.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any question or feedback or suggestions that you can offer to me based on checking in Mindfulness Monday?
No, I really enjoy this. Again, like I'm rarely on social media, because again, I be so busy. But I do think like I will continue to do more of your like Monday check-ins, because again, I be here at their practice. So I think this will be something that's good. And I think this is like something like awesome that you do for people to just check in, because literally I was like, sure, I'll check in.
Right,
Okay.
check on me.
Right.
Yes, I like that.
So I'm like, okay, but yeah, this was like really, really good. So yes, I really appreciate you like giving this space for to allowing people to check in. And I would just say, for like people that are watching or people that will go back and watch it, to not be ashamed or afraid to like check in, because you just never know like what somebody can say, or if you don't want to check in, like just look, like just be a viewer, because there could be something that somebody is saying or something that you may say to somebody else that's actually going to help a viewer. So I do appreciate that you are opening this space for us to check in.
Absolutely. And I thank you again, and congratulations. I know we talked years ago about you
Yep.
with your life. I remember. I was thinking about it, so I'm proud of you. I'm not sure what your vision is, but whatever you're doing, you're handling your business, and you just keep doing your thing.
Yes, and I appreciate you, because I think you were the one that led me to the place where I got my certification. So I appreciate that.
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
That's what we're here for. So if I don't message you right after this and remind you what I was mentioning about the, relationship thing, like reach out, let me know so I can get back.
Okay.
Okay.
All
You enjoy your night,
right.
girl.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're still here, this is Mindfulness Monday, Community Check-In Edition. We are wrapping up, and I'm about to get back to minding thine own business, which means I'm about to eat. I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna reset, tie my hair up, and I'm closing. Excuse me. What closing means, I may not be as open to being on social media. I'm gonna get on here, make my posts. That's about it for me. But I'm going internal, checking in with myself. I've already bathed. It's about to close. I'm about to close down. If y'all have any questions, any comments, any feedback for me, holla at me. If you are enjoying Mindfulness Monday Community Check-In Edition, holla at me. I love feedback. I think we all do. But again, if you would like to be checked in on, just comment, check in on me, DM, check in on me. If you know somebody, whether it's your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, your husband, or your kid, that you would like to be checked in with, just so we can get to the root of how are you really feeling beneath what you're telling me. Holla at me. I love to check in with you. Again, thank you for tuning in to Mindfulness Monday.